Don't overthink anything, bro. We're living in the moment. We put in too much work, bro. Have fun today. Let's go. Bring it up, baby. Let's go. Daddy on me. Daddy on me.
What is good, YouTube, man? Today I'm back with you guys, with the nation, for another video. And today, we are here with the first film study of this year's 53-man roster. Now, congratulations to everybody that made it, and a big shout out to Darien Butler, because undrafted free agent this year, he makes the 53-man roster along with 4 other UDFAs. So big shout out to those guys, showing that it's still possible even against all odds. That is dope. But you guys came here for a film study, so that's exactly what we're going to get into. So let me pull this up on the screen, and we'll get straight into that. Let's go into the film room. There we go, film session, and we are ready to go. So first up on this play, you're going to see Darien Butler. He's going to shoot that C gap, does his assignment, gets there, good play on the ball carrier. You're also going to see Lucas Masterson get there on the back end, but nonetheless, Darien Butler shoots the C gap. Very, very good job. Lucas Masterson with a little bit of help on the back end, but nonetheless, shooting that gap. This is New England's first team offense. So here you can see Darien Butler a little bit better on this angle, but Lucas Masterson also does a good job. Darien Butler, first one to get to the ball carrier. One of the main reasons why I really like this 3-4, man. It really allows your linebackers to shoot gaps better, in my opinion. But Darien Butler does a good job there of taking advantage of the situation. And let's see, next up, we are going to see another good job by Darien Butler. This time, instead of being on the right side, he's going to be now on the left side. And I really like this play, right? Not only is he going to force the referee to throw a penalty flag here, but he overall just does a really good job making the running back go to the outside. Obviously, that's not where the game plan was too. So he engages with the tight end here. He does a really, really good job. As you can see, there's a gap, but he moves his feet, shovels his feet, forces him to the outside where his help is. I believe that is Sam Webb that ends up making the tackle. There you see the penalty flag come out. Darien Butler, good job forcing the runner outside. That is a big, big thing to not creating big, long chunk plays from these running backs in this league. So again, still against the first team O. Good job. Kind of bench presses the tight end there. Does a good job extending his arms. Like I said, he knows where his help's at, and he does exactly that when he's supposed to. Another good play by Darien Butler. Now, next up on this play, you're going to see him. He's going to shed the block. I really like this. This is probably one of my favorite things about Darien Butler's game is how good he is shedding off these blocks. So, boom, as you can see, immediately gets off the lineman there, gets there, slightly over pursues, but he still does a very good job to make that tackle. And again, you'll see it better from the next angle. Darien Butler, like I said, one of my favorite things of his game is how well he does with shedding these blocks off these linemen. Really maybe something that they taught a lot over there in Arizona with Antonio Pierce. As we know, Antonio Pierce is still here. But you're going to see this lineman pull, and let me just back it up a little bit. You're going to see the lineman pull, and he does not shy away from this. He knows exactly what he's going to do. Has a game plan, boom, gets right off of him, and now he's in a great position to make a play on the running back, and that's exactly what he does. Makes that play from the back end, from behind, and causes a big stop, man, right? I believe that was second down. Now they were on 3rd and 1. So another really, really good play. And like I said, that has to be one of my favorite things about Darien Butler's game. And honestly, one of the reasons why I think he made the roster, right? We have Jayon Brown, we have Divine Diablo, we got Denzel Perryman, Lucas Masterson himself, solid linebackers core. Now, this is another good job shedding the block, right? This is very, very important for the position he plays, of course. Guys are always going to get up to the second level. Boom. Again, very, very good at shedding these blocks. Gets the lineman off balance. Gets in on the tackle. Very, very good. Not too sure why Google only had this man with 3 tackles and 4 assisted this game, but he was all around the football. And again, better angle here. You'll see how good he is shedding these blockers right off of him. Get around me. good position again to get in on this tackle. Does a phenomenal job. One great play on the second level. I really like what he's showing off here so far. And this was very consistent throughout the whole preseason. It wasn't just against New England. This was something that he continuously did. Now, this is important, right? You're going to see the Raiders drop into a cover 3 here. You're going to see, I believe that's Myron Tagovailoa drop into the flats. I believe that's Bryce Cosby drop into the flats. So Lucas Masterson, Darien Butler are responsible for the middle of this field. And you're going to see him. He's going to do a good job getting his hands on the tight end in a way where it's still legal contact, obviously not super aggressive, but they're in zone. So he needs to have a good feel of where he is. And that's exactly what he does. Puts his hand on him in front of him so that the quarterback has nowhere to go. Obviously, the quarterback goes somewhere else because of how well the coverage was there. But, again, getting his hands on the tight end or on the receiver is very important when you're running that zone, because you never want these guys to creep up behind you where they can make a big play behind the second level of the defense. Because, once you get behind that second level, it is tougher for those safeties to make these one-on-one tackles with these bigger body tight ends. But nonetheless, good coverage again. Like I said, getting your hands on the tight end or on the receiver again. I mean, you could just see downfield. At this point, he's going to try and tackle Nelson Aguilar. But like I was saying, good job getting his hands, making sure he's still in the range where he can still feel his opponent. I really like what he did there. Just something simple, right? Knows his assignment in the zone coverage. I like that. Now, next up, you're going to see him. He's going to read, react, textbook linebacker stuff here. Big shout out to Matthew Butler there. Does a good job helping him with this. But you can see he's reading it and boom, gets in on that tackle. Him and Matthew Butler, again, making plays. And you'll see it again from this back end. Does a good job reading the play first instead of just shooting down in the gap. Reads it, does that smart job of not just straight up attacking, because there is that play action aspect of this NFL in today's game. So he reads it, sees the hole, and boom, physical tackle, making sure the running back doesn't get any extra yards. Okay, no extra yards over here. That's what Darien Butler is allowing. He says you can get back to the line of scrimmage if you want, but no extra yards over here. That's not how we play football. Now, on this toss play, again, running backs getting out in space. That's one of their favorite things to do. Darien Butler makes a good play. He reads the toss, and he's just going to all-out attack. Takes a good angle, again, defeating the blocker in front of him. That one was just more like he was faster than the lineman out in space, but still a good job, right? Darien Butler able to get off of the tackle's, grip, or however you would say it, and just makes a good play. You see, you got a pulling tackle here, or a pulling guard. This is Darien Butler coming downfield, gets his shoulder on him. Textbook again, dips that shoulder, gets underneath that tackle, and makes a good play. I actually really like that. I'm gonna watch that one more time. Again, you'll see Darien Butler here. This tackle is gonna pull out into space. Darien Butler dips that shoulder, boom, makes that tackle on the toss. So I like that again. Really, really good job there. Next up, what do we got? Let's see. Next up on this list, we got himself in zone coverage, which is something that you'll see Patrick Graham switch from quite a bit. Zone coverage, man coverage. But here, he's just going to do a good job passing his guy off into the next zone to where, boom, passes off this guy, picks up the guy that's crossing underneath. Good stuff there, right? Forces him to pass the ball to a guy that was already covered. I really like that kind of stuff, right? Shows discipline, shows the knowledge of the game. Here you're going to see it perfectly. He'll pass off the tight end, I believe, that is going on a drag route, picks up the guy coming across the field. So good job. Passes off this guy. I believe that's actually a wide receiver. Picks up the running back there. Does a good job. Deshaun Bowers in a perfect position to make a play. Nowhere for him to go. Now, next up on this one, this is one of the very few plays that I think that Darien Butler would have wished he could have back. This one, it looked like there was a slight miscommunication with him, maybe the secondary or one of the linebackers. again, does a good job to actually shed the block, just does not make the tackle on this one. And like I said, it looked like the linebackers and the safeties were a little bit off page. You can see him trying to communicate a little bit more to Isaiah Polamau there at the end. And then the ball kind of gets quick hike there. Does a good job defeating the block there, but just doesn't wrap up completely. It's a really hard play to make. But again, shows off that trait of shedding blockers. I really like that trait a lot for linebackers. I think it's something that linebackers could somehow be losing that in today's league where it's so much about pass, pass, pass. But you'll see it here from this angle. He'll defeat the block, just doesn't make the tackle. I'm sure Darien Butler wishes he has this one back, but does a good job. Got to make that one. And I'm sure he knows it. But like I said, there isn't many of these where Darien Butler's like, you know what? I wish I had that one back because he had a damn good game from what I'm watching in terms of the film that I'm seeing. So next up, again, the New England Patriots are going to try the toss play. They should know by now if they're running that toss, Darien Butler is going to be all over it. Him, Bryce Cosby, Amik Robertson, all there. I really like the angle that he took there because you could see that from where he was at, his positioning, he could have over pursued or under pursued. Took a good angle there. Him, Bryce Cosby, Amik Robertson making a good play on the back end as well. But Darien Butler here, toss plays. They should know by now. He ain't going for none of that, man. He ain't going for none of that. Good job, Darien Butler. I can count what's that, 6 tackles. Google need to check the stat sheets a little bit better, man. That's Google tripping right now, but it is what it is, man. Darien Butler had a good play. But right here, this is very important to me, and I'm assuming to many players or many coaches as well. There's a crossing pattern with number 82. Darien Butler's going to do a good job opening his hips up, making sure that he takes away the deepest threat downfield, giving the defensive line enough time. Guess what? Zach Van Valkenburg in the backfield for that sack there. Very, very good job. I believe Neil Farrell almost got in on that action there. But again, Butler able to open up his hips on the crosser route, take away the deepest pattern. And guess what? Neil Farrell almost gets there, but the pressure does end up getting there. Nowhere to go. That's a coverage sack. Cannot complain. Now, that's not it, right? So, again, this is one of those where I think he wishes he had this one back. He's going to get a good job shedding the blocker once more. Just did not make the final play. This one, I really like that one at the end of the day because it really looked like he just straight up bench pressed him. Good move by the running back, to be honest there. Just slightly gets out of the reach of Darien Butler, but nonetheless, still a good play. Something to work on, I should say. It's not a negative because of how well he did defeat the block, which is very important, but not to be biased and say that he only did good here. Definitely want to make sure that we get that tackle, but good play nonetheless by the running back. You know, there's good defense, but there's also better offense in this league. That's just how it is. Now, let's see. This next one, let me pull this up. 33, 50. 33, 50. Yep. All right. Next play, he's gonna do a good job. He's in zone coverage here. He's in that hook the curl zone, but you'll see him. He's gonna pass off his guy in just enough where he feels like it's someone else's responsibility. Now they let go of the ball. The running back gets the pass. I believe that was Tay Davis that misses the tackle, and you'll see Mr. Darien Butler there make up good ground for the missed tackle and ends up just stopping it for no extra gain. But you'll see again from this back end, he goes deep enough to the point where maybe he passes it off to the next man, but ball was out at this point, so he goes straight up to the ball carrier. Tay Davis kind of broke there a little bit, just slightly, but good job by Darien Butler to make a good play. Now, last one I want to show you. I really like this, right? You know, you're down, your team is in the red zone at this point. You want to go for the ball, and that's exactly what Darien Butler does. They get a decent gain here, but you're going to see Darien Butler. They're going to go exactly to his side, or not to his side, but you're going to see Darien Butler here shoot like a freaking missile, and he's trying to punch that ball out. Doesn't get there, but nonetheless, I like that, man. Your team's in the red zone. Let's try and make a play. Let's get this team out of the red zone with no points. Unfortunately, it didn't work, but I like the aggressiveness from Darien Butler there to, realize that, hey, we are in the red zone. Let me try and make a play. And he just misses. Nonetheless, good defensive stand. I believe they did not score on this drive, or they didn't score a touchdown on this drive. But I like the aggressiveness from Darien Butler. I know Patrick Graham, very, very, very smart coach. So it will be interesting to see how they use Darien Butler going into this season. And we are close. The season is close, man. Let me know what you guys think. Darien Butler makes the 53-man roster. Lucas Masterson makes the 53-man roster. Exciting times. Young core for the Las Vegas Raiders. Man, Denzel Perryman, Divine Diablo, Jayon Brown, Darien Butler, Lucas Masterson. Let me know what you guys would do in terms of a grade on this new linebackers core. And always, man, if there's a new person that you'd like me to do a film study on, let me know in the comment section down below. And as always, Raider Nation, I love y'all. Stay safe. Have a wonderful day. And I'm out. Peace.
Welcome to the Death Star, where our opponent's dreams come to die.